I would pose a question. What would you do? Leave a comment down there. Leave a comment as to what you would do if you had these parts. They're on your workbench, and you had these parts. What would you do? I'll show them to you. Right here. Right here is one of them. That's a new old stock part. But in the meantime, the piston out of this engine we're putting back together. It's model 92 hit-and-miss engine out of a washing machine. To get them rings off there, you know, you slide a couple of them 6-inch rulers down there between them, and you know, just prise them up out of there. And yeah, that's a starrett right there. That's a starrett number. I think this is pretty much. You have to do this if you have a starrett tool. You have to announce it and the number and all. It's a number C310K starrett. So they will work. A starrett will work to get them rings off of there. Also, a general. That's a no name there. That's a nice ruler right there. Made in the USA, it says on there. Interesting. But anyway, we got these rings off of this, and just looking at them to evaluate what we're working with. And I'm looking at them in the light shining on them for a reflection. When I move around like that, I'm looking for that reflection. Okay, if you read this ring, as according to the wire pattern, the reflection, it's pretty even all the way around. It does have a shiny place right in this area here and right here. It's decent thickness all the way around. It's not wore. I could use that ring again. I'll keep it for a use later. Also this one, because of the thickness of the ring, they're not wore very much. I'll look at that other one there. But anyway, we're not going to use these. I have a new set. We use these straight cut rings right here. On there. Okay. Checking the end gap right there is what I'm looking at. I think it needs to be a little more than that. The question to be left is, I was looking for some parts. Oh yeah. As I was down there in the parts department, this is the piston out of this engine, and you can see its wrist pin goes across through there. Wrist pin has a hole in it for a cotter. Okay, you put it through there, and you stick the cotter. When you get it in there and get all lined up, Then you put your cotter down in the whole amount of that. And then you take a punch and put down in the side here and spread it apart. Is the way you do that. Okay, I was down there in the parts looking up what I had on the bench down there in the parts area. And I had this here I had taken out of an engine some time ago. And I brought it up for show and tell. It has original rings on it, you know, slash cut all of them. But the interesting, someone has modified this in the past to the point that they drilled a hole right in there. And then on the other side, they drilled a hole in there, evidently to add more lubricant to the crankshaft rod big end. Okay, it's the play in it, side play or whatever, it's good, very good. The problem is that if you look at it here, the pin, somebody left that cotter out of there. Okay, at that point, that pin become a floating wrist pin. Okay, it floated over here to the side, and you can see that it's shiny. It's got the corner, it's dome shaped. The wrist pin has actually been turning in there, riding against the cylinder inside enough to where it wore that cylinder, and now it's telescoped over and wore that same wear pattern on the side of the piston. So it is important that you put that cotter in there and affix it correctly. I'm just saying, leave a comment. I'm going to put this engine together. That's what the video is going to be about. Is putting this Model 92 together, Maytag. But first, if I may, say thank you. Came in one of them styrofoam things. Couple of things right here. We'll get off the workbench and carry on with the show, being to put this engine together. First, I should say thank you from the heart. I really appreciate this. The note attached to the label, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for all your knowledge and entertainment you provide. Signed, Engine Guys. Chris, Robbie, Engine Guys, thank you. Thank you very much for these. I got them sometime back around Christmas or so. This is already January. So let's just say they were darn good. Omaha Steaks. Thank you now. The other item is this, that right there. Oh yeah, we got a beagle in the neighborhood. I hear a beagle. He's after the rabbit in the neighborhood. How cool is that? The rabbit always wins. He went on that way, I think. came back. The other item is this right here. You know, sometimes on this channel right here, I think you probably could learn something, and this right here being one of them. And I'm not sure what your flavor preferences is, but if it's anywhere near this right here, it was good enough to where I opened it up, and I never left the dish until they were gone. The flavor is shamrock and sour cream. And I would present this potato chip bag. It came in one of them snack crate deals you get. John and Stacy hooked me up for that. But as far as the advertising world, this bag right here, I would submit to being one of the best use of color, font, text, design. Whoever was responsible for this right here, if my opinion matters at all, the artwork on this it says it all. But the reason I'm making a point of this is they were so good, they were delicious. And to the point that I'm working on a 1929 Maytag washing machine engine, which, whatever the connection would be, just imagine the technology in 1929 as compared to the day today, as by example, recording, and you're watching it in Ireland. These are Irish, and I can't say the word, the name there, I can't pronounce that. But the amazing part of this item is it's got one of them little squirrely things on it right there, and you can technology as it is. You can find. It says it right here. I'm gonna read it to you. Trace this bag to the potato field it came from. Meet the person who cooked it. Just scan the code and visit the website. Okay, somewhere, how cool is that? You know, and they cook these in a small batch. So I was just thinking, do they go out there in the field and dig up a truckload of taters and bring them in there and just dump them in the vat and cook them up that day and send them on? Yeah, they've been doing it over 200 years. It states it on the bag here. Everything you'd want to know about this is on this bag, to the point where that these has shamrock flavor on them there. And it says right here, you can find out where these shamrocks was growed. And they went to the point to put a little map, a little picture of their country. And then it shows you the shamrocks was growed down yonder in that corner down this way, and the taters was growed up somewhere else. And somehow they got together and they put them dried up, I'm gonna assume shamrock flakes. That's kind of what they look like on these potato chips. And they got that sour cream flavor in there somehow. It probably says on here if I'd read it some more. But it's everything's on there. It's got every kind of information you would. Well, I'm just gonna leave that with you.